decided to do Vlogmas. I'm going on break. I have 1 week left of school, and then I am on a 4.5-week break. And I have 1 semester left of nursing school, and I'm so excited to be almost done. But I decided, let's do Vlogmas, and I'm going to be vlogging every day for the month of December. So you'll see a little bit of school, not too much, just like me like finishing things up, submitting assignments, studying a little bit for exam, but that's pretty much it. After that, we are home free to read and rot and relax before school starts. We start again in the 2nd week of January, so I have a little bit of time before that to get back into the groove of last semester. So until then, I decided I'm going to do Vlogmas, and I am going to do a Bookmas Vlogmas, a bookish Vlogmas, a reader Vlogmas, a Bookmas. We're doing bookish Vlogmas basically. I'm planning to do a 10 before the end, so I'm trying to get through 10 books before the end of the year. I do still need to wrap all of the books for the TBR, so I bought some wrapping paper. I'm going to wrap 10 of the books that I really want to read that are on my TBR, because my TBR is overflowing right now. So I'm going to wrap up 10 of the books that I really want to read. I also want to redo my bookshelves, but that might not be this week. That might be the next week after I'm done with school, so that way I can take my time with it and not be overwhelmed. So I'm gonna listen to an audiobook, get ready, and then go run some errands and start wrapping up the TBR books.
The burn mark from mineral was still there, only just. The skin on my palm was tender to the touch, but it was pink again and didn't look like it was going to burst open and start weeping pus anymore. Kingfisher, as it was a bedroom, was twice the size of my room back at the Winter Palace. There were 4 large double beds.
With lives, so you can, in turn, both return home to your dusty city.
And why I want to go back the most. You're desperate to do everything you can to help your friends here. I have friends and family who need help too. They're too tired to fight, and after all, I made out the tops of more trees. Evergreen pine. I grumbled. If you knew that was how we were going to get here, why not just hold the gate inside the Winter Palace? Why maybe by a force through that?
Let alone traveled. That tavern is 50 leagues from the Winter Palace, which, coincidentally, is the exact distance required to perform heavy hitting magic without alerting someone you want to keep in the dark. So, do you have any more annoying questions?
Blind. My eyes nearly popped out of my head when he threw back the lid. I'm not to mention nothing good.
Anyone can use any old relic at pinch. The relics are most powerful when they are forged from
Do you have any idea how long it would take to melt down each of these rings and cast it into another one?
years, sure. But don't worry, I'm looking for a pretty piece of jewelry. We'll melt down the ring, transmute.
Chapter 18. Crucible. Ready should the smallest morsel fall to the floor.
With instant lives, if they had gone through the pass, they would have fought with you tonight.
Oh.
And I think he agreed.
You think he did? He grinned sheepishly.
You've met him.
For the table, and it was beautiful, it really was, but I couldn't even see Fisher around it. Maybe that was the point. Carrie having gone when I got back to the room, which was a blessing since I still wanted to bathe and wash away the sweat from the forge. I hadn't even bothered to look at the dress that had magically appeared at the end of my bed while I was in the tub. All I knew was that it was...
Okay, so I just got the sudden urge to rearrange my bookshelves. Remember how I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it today? Yeah, well, I'm doing it. So we are rearranging the shelves, and I have a mess happening here. I have a mess, and I need to put those books up on here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Initially, when I wanted to do this, I wanted to take everything off the shelves and just start afresh. That seems like it's going to be a lot of work, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm going by genre, I think. I want all of my like fantasy, romantasy, romance books on the top, and then all my dark romance on the bottom. Because I have like a whole section right here. I don't know if you can see. I have my Frida section and Lisa Joel section, and then just random mystery thrillers. I need to like put them in sections. I think that's what I need to do, because I'm gonna get overwhelmed. I'm getting overwhelmed. Okay, let's put these books in sections here. So romantasy and romance, I'm gonna put in 2 sections. So see, I only have more Jessa Hastings. My Jessa Hastings books are better. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. More fantasy, and then historical fiction right there, and then this is like, okay, dark fantasy, mystery thriller books, which technically go there. I'm just kind of placing them, and then we'll make them look pretty after. I have a lot of books, guys. And mystery thriller. Mystery thriller. Fantasy. This book. I don't know. There's too many. Don't tell my husband I said this. Oh my gosh, I bought this in hardcover because I was going to start it, and then I seen it in paperback in the wild. And I was so mad because I like paperbacks if they're not special editions or signed copies. And I got my hardback. Some more fantasy. This is like romance, dark romance. Fantasy. Lots of fantasy. Lots of fantasy going on here. I'm thinking Jessa Hastings, that she's a peer already, but that's her completed series. That's the Magnolia Park series. I'm putting The Conditions of Will, and then I'm going to put Boys of Thomas. I think this is going to be like another romance show. That sounds good to me. But I have a lot of fantasy books, so I might throw in some more fantasy up here. Actually, that's Magnolia Parks. I loaned out my first book of the Twisted series. I loaned it out, and I haven't gotten it back, so it's not missing, it's just loaned out for the moment. It's Flawless by Elsie Silver series. So I think they just kind of all go together. That looks good. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Kind of both, but it's okay. I love Magnolia Parks, but Daisy Hates just wasn't it for me. Did not like Daisy Hates. I just didn't like Daisy. I think she's a brat. Unpopular opinion. Okay, so I turned off the camera and realized I hated the shelf. So I'm redoing it. I'm putting these back up here. These colors just go better. And then I'm gonna also put the Twisted series back up here. And then the Magnolia Parks. Yeah, absolutely. So much better. So I don't know what I was thinking. I actually like this shelf the way it is. This one here. Obviously that doesn't go there, but that's kind of what the shelf looks like for Sarah. Which I like this shelf, so I think I might leave this one alone. Maybe my fruits baskets can go underneath, I think. Yes. So I'm gonna put my fruits baskets underneath. So this series, Shadow and Bone, that I think would look pretty there. Oh my gosh, I was reading the How I Met My Soulmate books, and I binged through it, but the new one comes out this week, so that means Bookstar. The Shadow and Bone series there. Up here too. These are really pretty. And I think these go well with the colors that we have, the color scheme going on. These might not make sense, but they go well. What that looks like. Once I add more decoration, it'll look good. Going with it. So these are special editions, and then these are too. So I'm just gonna display them like that. I just love those books. So they're getting their own shelf. So Jeanette got their own shelf. Fourth one got their own shelf. So this is feeling really good. This is great. And then, so I kind of quickly just put on the rest of the romance books that I have. And I'm putting them along with my manga just to consolidate some of my books here. And then this shelf is kind of the shelf that I utilize just for the cutesy things. Like I have this little fireplace. She's cute. I was displaying my Kindle, which if you can see, it's done for Christmas. And I did this cute little chain for Christmas. It's a little book charm. I don't know, it's cute. So I am just using these two books because they're really pretty as a spacer here. And then this is pretty much like miscellaneous books that I have that are series, but I do not have the rest of them, or like newer books that have come out that I have not read yet. But these are more like dark academia type books or just miscellaneous books that I have here. Kind of getting overwhelmed here just a little bit, because then I have more dark fantasy here, which I can put here. These two should technically be on the top shelf. And then let's do these here. This side's looking like The Coven. I really enjoyed this. I've never read anything like it. Really enjoyed it. I need number 2. I have number 2 that is going on my 10 before the end. Like that for now. Better a little. Yeah, let's leave it like that. I think that looks better. So now these bottom shelves, these ones are like miscellaneous mystery thrillers that I've read or Buddy read. The ones down here are book of the month books that I had, and then some other miscellaneous mystery thrillers that I've read. I have the first book of this in my bedroom that I was reading. I never got the rest of these. I might actually do an unhaul of this book from Hannah Long. Just wasn't my favorite at the time. I couldn't really get into it, so I might unhaul this eventually. I'm gonna give it one more shot. Like that. I might actually switch these over. Let's switch them. Okay. So my camera died, so that means we have to hurry up. I had to put in a new battery. So last shelf, let's go ahead. This was my bonsai tree, my Lego bonsai tree. She's a little dead right now because it's winter, so I gotta put her back together, but I'm gonna put her away until I put her back together because it's not so cute. Put her on this shelf. Frida is going to get her shelf up here. She's going to move up. Moving on up, Miss Frida. Moving on up as she should. These. And yes, I have the original Suicide Med edition, which I got. My bragging rights. So there's Miss Frida's shelf. Oh no! It's Lisa. It's not gonna fit. So good. Good bad girl. It was really good. This is my embosser. And this is like what I'm reading, but I think I'm going to put this on my bedside table, so that way when I'm reading in bed I can just put it on its stand. Okay, so I think I finally finished. Let me show you guys kind of what I did. I kept all of my Disneyland and different merch that I have up there, my Pokemon Cubone. Top shelves mostly have been the same. These lights are just dead. I gotta charge them, but they work. So I have my fantasy. I just consolidated this and then added the Powerless series up there. And then that stayed the same. That's my Fourth Wing shrine. And then this one stayed the same. That's my Sarah J. Maas shrine. And then this is where everything changed. So romance, and then more like darker romance, but I just like the way the colors meshed well together. And then I have my manga, and then what I had left of romance. And these are like series, but like ones that I don't have all of them, so I just have like a one-off. And then I have some fantasy, and then a lot more fantasy here. And then again, like series that are not yet completed, or I have just one so far because I haven't read that one yet. Yeah, so just like dark academia, fantasy, and then these didn't change at all. That's just my book of the months that I have. And then going on to this shelf, I put my dark academia kind of and fantasy up here. These are like my favorite books at the moment, so I gave them their own shelf, and then with the addition of my Lego Christmas tree. And then I put these fantasy here. These are like more darker academia fantasy, things like that. And yes, I have another One Dark Window. That's paperback. Those are special edition. And then dark romance are here now. They moved to the bottom because I don't really gravitate towards that as much anymore. So I decided to put that on the bottom. And then here I changed these ones. Used to be on this shelf over there, but those are books that I had. They're the House of Night series that I've had since I was like 15. And then I have Oliver's little treats because he comes and visits me while I'm reading. And then just different things there. This is the shelf that I'm remaining empty, just so I could put a basket there with like blankets and stuff. But I have my Cassandra Clare series up there. Frida got moved up, so she has her own shelf. And then these ones were like the only ones that would like fit in this small space there. Mystery thriller-ish. And then I have more mystery, so we start going down the mystery thriller chain. So I have mystery thriller, mystery thriller, mystery thriller, and then I didn't have anywhere to put these because these are kind of my only books like that. My Friends and historical fiction with the Nightingale. So I kind of put these in their own little section here on this shelf. And then more mystery thriller with Geneva Rose and Lisa Jewell. And then one-off mystery thrillers that I have. And then I also have this little section over here with the Edgar Allan Poe and the Pillow Talk thoughts of just like poetry. But I didn't have anywhere to put those. I might put those up here with those ones, but for now that's where they are. And then just an empty shelf for a basket with blankets. The full effect, I'm thinking of putting Christmas lights up here. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know. And then I need to put like a little bow on that tree. And then maybe another bow on that little house. Just to make it more Christmassy, and maybe a bow there too. I don't know. But I think it came out so cute. And there's our little Christmas tree that we have in the office. But yeah, so there's everything. And I love the way it came out. I don't know why that was so hard for me to do. Cute. Cute. I think it's cute. So there's another bow. Another bow's over here. Now I'm going to listen to audiobook and wrap the gifts, the presents, wrap my TBR because I have a problem with picking out books. So I picked my 10 before the end. We're gonna go ahead and wrap them.
I thought about me like this. Naked at his mercy. Have you imagined?
Okay, finished my 10 before the end books. I did 11 just to see where we're going to end up after Christmas, but I have them numbered. I'm going to create a jar with different numbers, and then we're going to pick randomly. There is my 10 before the end, all done, completed, and ready to go. I'm really obsessed with my shelves. Like, I think they look so good. I think it looks great. I also purchased this sweater during my trip up to Murphy's. It says bookish. I don't know if you could see. It is so cute. I love it. It's warm, it's comfy, and I also got something that we're gonna do during this Bookmas. I got the Hearts for Christmas Advent Calendar book. So we're going to open up each chapter together. So you unlock on day 1. You unlock the first chapter and then you get to read it, and all the way up until December 24th. So we're gonna do this together, and we're gonna see what we think. We're gonna do each chapter together. I'll read it and then I'll do a review and a wrap up of that chapter. So excited for this. I think this is just, I've never seen anything like this. This is the first year that I've seen something like this, and I think it's just the cutest idea. So I'm just going to turn in an assignment that's already been done, it's already graded, and then I am going to do a little test prep for tomorrow. I have exams kind of just to see where we're at and how well we would do on the state boards exam. And then I am going to do the other stuff, the bookish stuff, back to the book stuff after this. I was supposed to have a coffee thing. My husband bought me a coffee advent calendar, but I haven't gotten it yet. I thought it was going to come today, but it didn't. So maybe we'll just start that tomorrow. But I'm going to do some work, and then we'll get back to the fun bookish stuff. To open this up and read chapter 1 for day 1 of Bookmas. So we have December 1st. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go ahead and read this first chapter, and then I will come back to you with what it was about. Thoughts so far. It's really cute, really lighthearted. It's about a girl who has some health issues. She has some heart problems and heart complications, but she's supposed to try to live a normal life, going back to regular physical activity. Her parents are divorced, and she goes to visit her dad. Her dad is more of an outdoorsman, sporty type person, and her mom is dropping her off for 3 weeks to be with her dad. And her mom is kind of seems like a worrywart, like a hovering type parent, but given her illnesses and stuff, it's understandable. But at the same time, like, the daughter's 19. The mom keeps saying she just had surgery, but it was already like 2 years ago. So she's a little bit frustrated with just how much everyone worries about her, the daughter. She doesn't like that everyone always is just like very cautious with her. She's trying, it seems like she's frustrated with that and doesn't want to be living like that anymore. And I think she's going to use the opportunity of visiting her dad to explore a little bit of normalcy. So far it's good, it's interesting. I like her relationship with her dad. She seems to have a healthy relationship with him so far. But we did leave off on day 2. So tomorrow we'll open up the next chapter and read it. These books that are wrapped, they are my 10 before the end. They are 10 different titles that I want to try to get through before the end of the year. And I wrapped them up. I chose them. I had this TBR cart full of books, and I was like, I'm never going to get through all of these books before the end of the year, so let me do a 10 before the end. And I'm going to wrap them because I always have a hard time deciding which books I want to pick up. But if I just have them where I wrap them and have to pick a number and then pick the corresponding number randomly, then I'll have to read that book. So the plan is I'm not reading one every day because some of these are pretty hefty. Like, there's some thick books in here. And I am not going to get through that in one day. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to push myself to do that. I probably could. I'm not going to push myself to do that. Plus, this week I am still in school, so there's no way I'm going to be able to read a whole book in one day, especially this week. So, I wrapped 11 books, just so I have one extra in case I do finish one early. And I'm planning to do this on the 1st, which is today. And then I am planning to do it on Thursday. So today's Monday. So then on Thursday I will pick the next book. So it gives me 3 days to read this book. So you'll be able to see how I get through the books. I usually do, if it's like a thicker book, I probably will also use Audible to listen to it and follow along, or color while I listen to it, or something like that, just to help me get through them a little faster. But 10 before the end, and right now we're gonna pick book number 1. So here we go. Oh, sorry, I looked. I won't look. I'm nervous. I don't want the first book I get to be a big book, so I'm kind of nervous. Let's see. Number 7 here. Alright. Where's number 7? Please don't be a big book. Oh. Okay. 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 As we can see there, number 7 is a good size. So this one I should be able to finish and complete. So let's just see what it is. Let's see what it is. You guys want to see first? I'll let you guys see first. Is it fitting for Christmas? Because I should have said there are different categories on here. There's romance, there's Christmas romance, there's dark academia, I think. There's thriller, there's fantasy. There's different categories on here. I threw in a bunch of different categories so that way I will be a little bit more willing to pick up another book just to help me get through it so it's not all the same thing throughout the entire month. But what did we get? Oh, we got the Gingerbread Bakery. So this by Lori Gilmore. So this is actually my first one of these books. I was always hesitant to pick it up, especially in fall. I wanted to pick up the pumpkin spice ones and like the cute like fall-ish themed ones, but I was always super hesitant to pick them up. But this was the first one that I picked up. That's so funny. This is very fitting for Christmas. So this is going to be our first read for December. Kind of really funny. Oh my gosh, there's a playlist. How cute. Ah! I did not know that this had a playlist, and it also has a map, you guys. Look how cute this is. It has a map of the town. What? I'm excited and I think it's gonna be good, and we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up too high though, so let's bring those expectations down. Let's bring them back down because I don't know what to expect. I hear these are just like cutesy little frilly books, and so we'll give it a try. We'll say. So we're gonna get through this one. First 3 days of December. I just finished filming for TikTok and this video, and I guess I was taking too long because this guy made himself feel very comfortable. Cat mom life. I am going just to get ready for bed and call it a night. So I'm going to be ending this first vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our first day of Bookmas. And come back tomorrow for day 2.